A very cool and good evening to everybody out there, and a happy Valentine's Day if you are celebrating it. This is the all-new Honda City facelift, and well, rather than all-new, I'd just say this is a facelift. It's a midlife refresh of the 4th generation Honda City, and as you can see that the changes are reasonably extensive when you're considering that this is a midlife update. Not so distinctive from the front in terms of differentiating it from the outgoing model, but definitely recognizable given some time with it. So if you have any questions, you can start firing them away right now. So to begin with, let's go with the obvious question: what are the prices? So it's been introduced at a price of rupees 8.5 lakh ex-showroom Delhi for the base petrol variant, that is the S grade, and it goes all the way up to rupees 13.57 lakh for the top end diesel, that's the ZX. If that name sounds familiar, the top end variant, that's because it is the popularly known as the Dolphin Honda City that used to be offered as the City ZX. So let's start off with the changes. To begin with, you get this entirely new headlamp cluster. Varun Taj, yes, there is a sunroof available. It is offered on the higher variant, but it's not the as standard. So this is the LED headlight, as you can see. So the flying edge chrome grille, that's been reworked as well. So it's not as big as it was before, slimmed down a bit, and it kind of works its way into the headlamps, as you can see over here. And this line over here, which you can see, is the daytime running LED. And interestingly, this is the first car in the segment that gets them as standard. So even if you get the base variant, they do come as standard. And a highlight for this entire car is the fact that LED is everywhere. Sunny Verma, yes, cruise control is available. So as you can see, the daytime running LEDs, they're obviously, like I mentioned, LEDs. The main headlamps themselves, even the low beam and high beam, those are LEDs as well. Moving away further down, and these fog lamps, even they're LEDs, believe it or not. Naman Juneja, yes, it is indeed an LED headlight. That comes with the VX grade onwards. It's not coming as standard. You do get halogen headlights as standard, but the higher variants, particularly the VX and the ZX, they get full LED headlights. Varun Tej, yes, paddle shifters are there with the CVT variant, but it's not coming with the torque converter or a DSG. It is still the CVT gearbox, but you get 7 kind of makeshift ratios in that. Yes, and as we mentioned before, cruise control is available as well. Cost rupees 8.5 lakh onwards is what it starts at for the base petrol. Jain Sheetal, 8.5 lakh for the base petrol, goes up to rupees 13.53 lakh for the top end petrol automatic. The diesel starts at rupees 10.76 lakh for the SV grade. It's not available in the base variant. It comes from one above the base variant. And the top end ZX grade, that comes for 13.57 lakh. Again, all prices ex-showroom Delhi. Karthik Kapoor, no, unfortunately, there is no automatic transmission offered with the diesel version. It only comes with a 6-speed manual gearbox. And to point out that there is no mechanical change as such. They have, as per what Honda claims, they have improved the NVH of the diesel variant, but it's not mechanically altered. So you still get the same... Sorry about the interruptions, guy. So, yeah, like we mentioned before, there is no automatic diesel variant, it's only a manual. What is the top end variant price of the diesel? That would be rupees 13.57 lakh ex-showroom Delhi. And interestingly, the price difference is only around rupees 4,000 more than the top end CVT petrol. So it's an interesting choice that you come across. Either you can go for the top end petrol with an automatic transmission, or opt for the top end diesel with a manual transmission. The difference in price is just rupees 4,000. So I'll give you a quick walk around of all the changes from start to finish. So we already highlighted these new headlamps, which do get LED DRLs as well as full LED headlights. The fog lamps, they're full LED units as well, but they're not coming as standard. They do get it on the, I believe, the VX variant and above. The front chrome grille has been reworked as well. As you can see, it kind of works its way into the headlamp cluster. New front bumper as well. The bonnet is essentially the same. Even the character lines on the side are the exact same. But what's new is these. I'm not sure how to term these alloy wheels. It's a matter of perspective as to whether you like them or not. but they're not boring anymore. That's all I can tell you. And not to mention the fact that they're no longer 15-inch units on the top end variant. The VX and the ZX grade, they get 16-inch wheels now. And they're a bit, as a photographer kind of pointed out, they would have looked better if they had a little bit of an indentation in them. They're kind of flat, so you don't really get to know that they're that big. But yeah, good news that you do get 16-inch wheels now. These are wing mirrors. You do get them with electric adjustment and foldability. And these indicator lights here, they are LEDs as well. So there's pretty much no angle of this car where you won't have some LED element. Chrome door handles, not a big fan, but not a bad thing to have for most people. So this is the LED tail light. Again, this is limited to the top end variant. And if you can see, the top end ZX variant, you get the split between the red section and the upper white part. So that's only on the top end variant, which also gets LED headlights. Not to mention this new rear spoiler. It's a boot lip spoiler with a brake stop light. Again, another LED element. And believe it or not, these number plate lights are also LEDs. It's insane the amount of LED that's been integrated into the whole package, but that's kind of a highlight of the entire facelift. And even look at this rear bumper. I don't believe these are rear fog lights. I'll have to reconfirm that. But yeah, they're reflectors over here in the bumper. But what's nice is that they've got this new black insert and aggressively contoured sides to it. So it looks a lot more sporty. It doesn't look as bumper heavy as the outgoing version was. Tell you what, now I'll take you on the inside. So guys, this is the driver's seat set all the way back. And as you can see, first little thing to point out over here is that you do get a new instrument cluster. Anything interesting that you noticed here? Well, that's because these lights on the outgoing version, they were blue and there's been swapped to, well, now they're white. It looks a little different, still as appealing, I'd say. Again, dealer's choice, whoever likes it and who doesn't. And as you can see, the CVT variant, it does come with these paddle shifters. So continuously variable transmission, it's a bit confusing to see paddle shifters on them, but you do get these kind of makeshift ratios within when you're looking for urgent overtake. So this is for upshifting. This would be for a quick downshift, particularly useful on the highway. Another important bit here, let me see if I can find the adjuster lever. There you go. So the earlier Honda City used to be adjustable for height, which is great, but now telescoping adjustment as well. This is particularly useful for somebody who's as tall as me, because what happens is that we have to take this seat all the way back, and then you get this big gap in between. You have to kind of stretch and reach out to the steering. That won't really be a problem anymore. This right here on the interior is the biggest highlight. So the screen, as you can see, it's got an Android based interface. And it's been developed entirely by Honda Car India's R&D. So it's a 7-inch screen diagonal. I believe the earlier system had a 6.8-inch screen, but this is a 7-inch screen developed completely by Honda Car India's R&D, and it gets multiple connectivity options. So you get the basics in terms of USB, SD card, aux, and Bluetooth, but you also get mirror link, this phone link option over here. So right now we don't have the USB this thing connected to the phone, but essentially what happens is you have to connect to this app via a USB port, which will be provided lower down. Let's see if we can highlight that for you. It's a bit difficult. Just give us a second over here to try and give it a shot. Yeah, there you go. So as you can see, there's a HDMI port over there, which you can essentially do for video playback, and you can connect it to your phone or laptop, and that will relay all the data onto this screen. And the USB ports, you can connect to it for the mirror link function. Now mirror link won't really exactly mirror what your phone has on its display. There are a selective set of apps which are compatible with the mirror link app itself. Additionally, you need to have a phone that is compatible with mirror link. It's not an app that you download separately. you do have to have that compatibility in your phone itself, and there'll be a very selected number of phones. Most Samsung phones, as far as I know, they do connect pretty easily. Moto phones is not completely available, but iPhones and all should be available as well. There you can go to MirrorLink's website and see if your phone is compatible with this particular software. Additionally to MirrorLink, you do get Wi-Fi connectivity. Now I should specify that you don't have a Wi-Fi emitting device over here. The touchscreen can receive Wi-Fi based on any dongle that you have connected or your Wi-Fi hotspot on your cell phone as well. What you can use that for is the browser app, for example. So if you connect to the browser app over here, if you have Wi-Fi connected, supposing your phone's Wi-Fi is hotspot is activated, you can connect to this system, run through Facebook, Gmail, basically anything that's available on the World Wide Web. And in addition to that, you also have the navigation system. So that's been provided by Map My India, because Honda says they do have very good coverage when it comes to the Indian landscape. So they've got a Map My India inbuilt SD card based navigation system. And if you do connect Wi-Fi, you can, apart from getting your turn-by-turn navigation, directions, and the usual run-of-the-mill navigation options that you do get, you can also get live traffic updates if you connect it via Wi-Fi. So that's two very useful features that you get with the Wi-Fi functionality of this touchscreen infotainment system. Additionally, let's give this a shot if we can figure it out. Voice commands, I have not really tried this myself, but let's see if it is possible. Okay, I don't think this has been set up for that yet, but I'll give it a shot. I'll tell you what, once I give it a shot, I've got myself familiarized with it, I'll give you guys a proper lowdown on how to learn about it. So apart from navigation, you also get the phone controls if you do have a cell phone paired with it. Okay, so this is the equalizer function. You have the night display, which essentially deactivates. If you don't want something on display on your infotainment system, you can have this up, press this button, and it's back up. You get multiple apps, there's radio, SD card as we mentioned, and inbuilt memory, as far as I know, it is 1.5 GB, good for a decent playlist. Maybe 15-20 songs if you have those. You will have, of course, one port which is specific for the navigation system, and you have basically every connectivity option that you could need, with the exception of Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which will be a disadvantage because the all-new Hyundai Verna is coming this year, and that, as far as we know, will have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay connectivity both. And that essentially relays your entire phone display onto this. So it's one thing that could work against them, and we have confirmed that this display is not compatible with either software just yet. Maybe it can be done, but that's a future prospect. So enough about the infotainment system now. Otherwise, if you go to see, the overall dashboard is still pretty much the same. So you get pretty much, it's not really soft plastic. I wouldn't call this tacky or scratchy, but it's of a decent feel. You have this T-shaped chrome touch all around. Again, this is not entirely new. This was there on the 4th Gen City as well, the original model. And you have familiar things like this, the touchscreen based automatic climate control system. I'm not a particularly big fan of this, because when you're driving, I want to see if it is, like, I have used it, and you do have to take your attention off the road to kind of use this, because it's not as intuitive to use as basic buttons. So this variant, as you can see, is the CVT automatic. And if I put this over here, rear camera display, and you have it's pretty much the same camera as before, and you have multiple views over here. So you'll have them close up, you'll have the wide view that's really close, supposing you're getting really close to a wall or something. So if you back up into that, you can see how close your bumper is to the wall, or basically a close-up view of that. And the interesting thing over here is that the top-end petrol Honda City, it's not available with a manual transmission anymore. You do get it with the VX and V and the lower variants. In short of it, I mean, it's been, what they've done is they've filled in a few gaps that were there in the Honda City's package. So you now get auto headlamps, auto wipers, LED headlights, LED fog lights, LED tail lights, a telescopic adjustment for the steering wheel. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the questions you guys might have. Top end model price. So it's rupees 13.53 lakh for the petrol automatic. If you get the top end petrol manual, that is rupees 11.65 lakh, and the top end diesel is 13.57 lakh. With the new Ciaz 2017, it's sure that it'll retain its crown. Again, that we'll have to wait and see exactly what is on offer. But the nice touch over here is that apart from it's essentially a trend we're seeing across the entire market, that safety features have taken paramount importance now. So this gets dual airbags, ABS, Isofix rear seat, child seat mounts as standard. And if you opt for the top end ZX variant, that gets 6 airbags in all. Regan, yes, no Android Auto unfortunately, but I mean, it's a feature that's nice to have. It's not particularly a deal breaker for most people, but it would be nice if they did offer it. Vikas Dhiren, the space is quite great for even somebody who's tall as me. For reference, I'm 6.5 feet tall, and there's a great amount of space. As I mentioned before, I am the owner of the previous generation Honda Jazz, and I bought it purely because of space. Same chassis, same car, but in the bigger package, so you can expect that the cabin space is just going to be one of the biggest selling points for the all-new Honda City. Nitesh Sharma, no, there is a sunroof. It is offered on the top-end variant. There is a sunroof. Regan, yes, both the engine options are the same. They're still the... Sorry about that. Both the engine options are still the same. You do get the 1.5 litre IV Tech petrol and the 1.5 litre ID Tech diesel. Same power output figures, and the fuel economy is more or less the same. There's been a marginal drop in the manual petrol and manual, not the manual diesel because there is only a manual diesel, but the diesel and the manual petrol have got a marginal drop of about 0.4 kilometers to the litre, but still pretty efficient in terms of both powertrains. Regan, no projector headlamps, but you do get LED headlights. Nishant Saurabh, yes, DRLs are available. It's getting a little lost in translation over here, but this line right here, this is the daytime running LED, which, by the way, comes as standard. There you go, you can take a closer look at it. Yogesh Ratnam, yes, I definitely feel that this is worth buying. It's coming with Honda's kind of great packaging and reliability offering that you get. Familiar range of powertrain options that have kind of proven themselves. You get a 3-year unlimited kilometer warranty as standard that can be extended to 5 years and unlimited kilometers. So it kind of shows the brand's trust in the car itself. And if you had to take my advice as to which variant, then value for money wise, I'd say that the V variant, that is the mid-range, that seems to offer the best value proposition in terms of the balance of nice to have features as well as want type features, something for a little bit of need and greed. And if you want, you can spend a little bit more and get the VX, which gets stuff like the 16-inch alloy wheels and full LED headlights. Either one of these two variants, they definitely make the most sense. The ZX is a bit of a stretch, but the nicest part of that, not the LED taillights or anything, for me, it is the 6 airbags. So if you're ready to stretch your budget for that, I'd definitely recommend it. Kush Agarwal, no, ground clearance has not increased. Kosik, no, there is no diesel automatic. There is an automatic petrol variant, that is the CVT. Ankur Singh, yes, there is no base E model anymore. You do get it from the S, SV, V, VX and ZX. That's 5 variants and in fact 5 color options as well. So that's about it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hope we could give you a close enough look. Unfortunately, we fell short of the lighting out here, but this is the all-new Honda City facelift. And a little thing to throw in, a little bone your way. Since the Honda City was introduced in 1998, the new models have been coming out every 5 years. So you had the first gen in 98, the second gen in 2003, the third gen in 2008, and the fourth gen, which was revealed in 2013 and launched in 2014. So this is a midlife facelift. So the all new, entirely new Honda City should be coming sometime around 2019. So that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Goodbye.